It was such a real point. When black people have an issue with Stephen A. Smith, he ready to check him right away.
Oh.
Stephen A. Smith punked out when it comes to this man coming on his show, talking to him like he wanted to talk to him. The girl who was the co-host calmed the man down. Because the man was just trying to be like, well, what? Basically, I'm telling you, I ain't saying the words. He said, where he at? Yeah. Because, you know what I'm saying? I make billion-dollar moves out here.
So Stephen A. Smith is catching smoke from everybody. Everybody's coming for Stephen A. Smith's neck because, you know, he always says a whole bunch of egregious stuff that just doesn't make any sense, right? So now he has Tamika Mallory coming after him for some of the things he said about Jasmine Crockett. He has Willie D. He has D.L. Hughley, a lot of rappers, entertainers. Everybody's coming after Stephen A. Smith. Now, some people are indifferent because, you know, they get into these political parties, and a lot of people don't like Jasmine Crockett. A lot of people don't like the radical right or the radical left. But Stephen A. Smith, he's been against our community for a long time. He's always said a whole bunch of egregious stuff and totally went against our community. That's just what he does, right? This ain't nothing new. So he's in trouble just for running his mouth, period, right? Stick to sports. Stop talking about politics, because a lot of times when you run your mouth, we all saw what he did during the Colin Kaepernick situation. We all saw how he deals with black players as opposed to the W players, right? We all always hear him talk about his billionaire bosses and how he seeks to go make money for them first. So that's why Willie D put him in the COON song, right? We already know all that. We know those things. Those things is well documented when it comes to Stephen A. Smith. So when he had the situation with Serena Williams' husband, Alexis Ohanian, we wasn't shocked. We wasn't shocked. You know, he said some disparaging things about her when she was crip walking on the stage and talking about Drake and getting into stuff that he had no business getting into. So now her husband, and I ain't want to be taken up for no W man against no brother, but Stephen A. Smith has proven time and time again he ain't with us. So whatever that W man said to him, he gotta listen, get him. Because he not part of our tribe. He not with us, right? Let's revisit what actually happened on that front, and we come right back.
Stephen A. Smith, I think you had some marriage advice for me. Is that right? Or
well, you know what? Listen, I didn't. People, you know, headlines are headlines. We can get into that another time, but I was hoping you were going to be here. I am not qualified. Married? Right. Oh no, not me. Well, I ain't qualified, my brother. I'm not qualified.
I was going to ask, because you hadn't been married before, right?
I am married.
No, see.
He hasn't.
No. Okay. Yeah, because I give advice to plenty of founders who want to build billion-dollar companies. And the reason I do that is because I build billion-dollar companies. Yeah. So I generally try to stay in my lane as advice
Then we'll talk marriage advice later. I'm going 13 years strong. We got you. Alexis, thank you so much. Athlos NYC 2-night event in New York. Incredible. Can't wait to watch. I'm looking for a Tiffany's crown. Appreciate you, Alexis.
Stephen A. Smith was forced to apologize because of that, right? And instead of him coming out, remember the way he dealt with LeBron James? The way he dealt with LeBron James and all those other people, right? He didn't deal with this guy Alexis Ohanian and her husband the way he dealt with LeBron, because this is a rich W man who got powerful friends that can get him in trouble. That's why we don't respect him. That's why we don't rock with him, because we know that he's a fake and a phony, right? Let's look at his apology of what he did and how calm and somber he was, how cool he was when it was time to apologize to the W man, as opposed to whenever he has an issue with a black man, the way he comes out, right? Check it out.
Williams, you know, she is married to billionaire Alexis Ohanian, and he came on First Take today to promote some new event that he's got going on with Athos and all of that. And, you know, people are talking about how he came at me, you know, and took a sly dig, you know, because of what I said. And, you know, when Serena Williams was on stage performing at the Super Bowl. I've never met this man. I wish I was in studio today, but I'm not. I have a speaking engagement, so I'm out of town. That's why I was not there today. It would have been nice to meet him. I don't know the man. I have nothing against him whatsoever. I don't recall saying a negative word about him. It's just that when Super Bowl Sunday took place, when Kendrick Lamar was performing, Serena Williams came on stage, you know, dancing to all of that. And according to the reports and stuff like that, she's the ex of Drake. Essentially, what I said was, why that energy for an ex? If, you know, that was my wife, I don't want to see that. And so because of that, that's what he was alluding to. You know, I'm glad that it didn't escalate or anything like that. He is her husband. He loves her dearly. They have 2 wonderful children together. And I have absolutely no issue with him whatsoever wanting to address that situation with me because that's her husband. And I certainly meant no disrespect towards him at all. I was just saying that men, knowing us as men, you know, if we're married and our wife is showing energy towards anybody else, even in a negative way, we're asking ourselves, if you're happy, why show that energy? You know, that's it. But that's all it was. But I wasn't going to get into it on national television. I'm a professional. Now, if it had escalated and he wanted to get into it more, we'd kept the cameras rolling. I'd have said fine. But he was sitting there saying, you wasn't married, right? So, you know, you give him marital advice. That's how he framed it. And he says, I give advice about building companies because that's what I do, essentially implying that I'm not married, so who am I to say something like that? I'm saying, paraphrasing. I think that's a fair comment on his part. I don't have to agree with it, but I took no offense to it, you know. And if I had been in studio and that was something that he wanted to broach, I would have reiterated what I said, maybe in a more respectable manner than my initial reaction after Super Bowl Sunday when I was just having fun. But that's neither here nor there. The point is that I respect him. That's her husband. That's his wife. And evidently he didn't like what I said. I respect it, and I wish him and his wonderful wife, who I think is the GOAT.
So Cory Holcomb, he got wind of this, right? He seen all this, the way it was going down. He got wind of this, man, and he really laid into Stephen A. Snitch, right? Shout out to Ticket TV for creating that name for Stephen A. Snitch, right? Cory Holcomb, you know, he's been calling Stephen A. Smith out for a while, trying to get him to come onto the show. He laid him out last year when Stephen A. Smith was saying some real wild stuff, right? He's always saying things going against the community, and then always talk about all the black people he helped. Yeah, you help the black people that's part of your boule class. You help the black people that's inside that circle right there. That's what you do. You're not going to HBCU speaking on behalf of black folks, because if you did, we would know. We would see it. You do things that's diametrically opposed, right? Even the things you did with Kwame Brown, it was just uncalled for, right? And the networks funded that and allowed you to do it. But whenever you have some trouble with a W, man, I remember you got suspended when you said that disparaging things about that white woman, that W woman that time. I forgot her name. Is escaping me right now. But you got suspended for like 2 weeks. I remember that. That was years ago. But Cory Holcomb really destroyed you. Let's listen to what Cory Holcomb said, and then we'll come right back.
It was such a real point. When black people have an issue with Stephen A. Smith, he ready to check him right away.
Oh.
Stephen A. Smith punked out when it comes to this man coming on his show, talking to him like he wanted to talk to him. The girl who was the co-host calmed the man down, because the man was just trying to be like, well, what? Basically, I'm telling you, I ain't saying the words. He said, where he at? Yeah. Because you know what I'm saying? I make $1 billion moves out here. And are you married? And he was like, I want you to tell me this. Like he wished Stephen A. was there so he could say it to his face.
So how did he tell him?
And he was talking to a video screen. Stephen A. Smith was not in studio.
Okay, there you go. Thank you. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm.
And he was Stephen A. Smith was very, I'm sorry, I didn't mean nothing, woo, 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 like he does with rich Caucasian men. He's a boy. He's a boy. Because when it comes to talking to the brothers and sisters, Stephen Jackson pointed this out, Stephen A. Smith got smoke for us. But when Dana White's wife, that's my friend. Dana White is my friend. Now here goes somebody else. Oh, that's not my expertise. I'm sorry. I don't. Use a mark. I'm talking to Stephen A. Smith.
Right.
You, boy, let me tell you something. If this was before the time of video, because see, a lot of people can't handle their business because of video. You need to be forced to walk around with an ass. Whenever you in public, you are supposed to ass because you are straight punk. Stephen A. Smith ain't got no smoke for them people. That's for the streets to understand. Ain't got no smoke for them people. You don't never really see him going at it with them people.
Yeah.
You see him, Bob, Yassel. That's Stephen A. Smith when he talking to them people. Yassel. So I ain't got no respect for him. And there's a lot of people smile with him who I could tell they be ready to slap him.
See, we could have showed the clip because I haven't seen it.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. All them NFL players who smile with Stephen A. Smith, man, y'all phony, dog. Y'all know y'all don't like him, man. Y'all know y'all don't like him. You know he is a bad representation for our people. I ain't gonna call out no names because I think that'll be out of pocket. But I will say this and stand on it. All y'all who smile with him.
Oh, yeah, what happened to that guy?
It looked like it looked bad, dog. But I know you gotta get your paper, so get your paper, man. But you smile with him too. I did smile with Stephen A. Smith. I did. But wasn't nobody there. I'm talking about all these people who saying that. Y'all don't know what I said to Stephen A. Smith. Man, let me call the homie.
Uh-oh.
The homie who was with me. What I said to Stephen A. Smith, I took the picture and smiled with him because I wanted to. I'm a weirdo. But watch this. Nah, this voicemail.
Hello?
Oh, Dave.
Hello.
You asleep?
Nah, I just getting in from work.
You just getting in from work?
Yeah.
Homie, when we was at Joe's restaurant, All-Star Weekend, Stephen A. Smith walked up and he was talking to me friendly. What did I tell that man about what he do on the show to black people? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, let everybody know.
He walked up and he said, see this man right here, he don't like me.
Stephen A. walked up and said, I don't like him, right?
Right. And then you said, it ain't that I don't like your ass, it's just that I don't like how you put brothers down on your show. And then it went from there.
Hey, we ain't got to get into the details. What you said right there is enough because I didn't want to coerce you into saying what you said. I'll call you tomorrow, homie.
So all I'm saying to the FBA family, listen, man, I'm glad that we're doing a good job of weeding out these sellouts, weeding these people out, getting them up out from amongst our ranks because they come in and cosplay as if they us and they not us, right? This dude got all kinds of smoke and fire for us. And as Cory Holcomb said, a lot of them athletes and entertainers don't like you. They be ready to slap the fire out you. But you know, they contracted them with the Diamond Society, so they can't do anything, right? But when it came to Dana White, yeah, when Dana White did what he did with his wife, you came out and said, "That's my friend." We remember that. We ain't forget that. We remember what you did. What's the guy that played for the Clippers that was married to the Kardashian sister, the tall boy with the bald head? I remember he came out and was all loud, talking about him smoking crack and was just saying a whole bunch of stuff. And I remember he got suspended for a week for that because their lawyers went to your bosses, right? And so they had to take action. But why even go that far to even do all that to your brother, man, while he down, while he going through something, right? I remember Lamar Odom, what he said about Lamar Odom, right? I mean, it's just a whole bunch of stuff, man, that he said about black men while on that channel, man, with the platform that he has. And he's been, this is the whole thing. He's been getting called out about this for years. And he don't care. He doesn't respect black people, man. He doesn't. He only respects his W bosses, the ones with money. That's all he respects. He doesn't care. It's not like he hasn't heard the whispers. He don't care. You know, he don't care. So Stephen A. Smith is not an ally to us, foundational black Americans up. He's not our ally. He's not our friend. And I'm not take it up for Alexis Ohanian like that, but you deserve what you got. You ain't from our tribe, and you shouldn't be out there talking about another man's wife, right? Talk sports. Talk sports. So he came up there, he basically treated you like a boy. That's not on his level. That's exactly what he did. And guess what? You went on your knees and apologized. But that would have been the black man that did that. It'd have been a knockdown, drag-out argument on air. And these people today are showing themselves who they are. All of these black conservatives, a lot of them that are foundational black Americans, they showing themselves to be who they are. And the ones that's not, that look like us, that try to cosplay as us, right? We get the chance to see everybody be exposed, man. So, and understand that everybody ain't your friend just because they look like you. But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.